Brandon Schultz with American Music Foundation. Today, as we continue the AMF Learning Series, we'll cover the roots of rhythm and blues. I'll discuss and show you the evolution from the 12-bar blues formats that we have covered to a rhythm and blues style that created another chapter of our American music. R&B is based on the Delta-derived Chicago-style electric blues along with Cuban rhythms and a little bit of New Orleans jazz influences. The name rhythm and blues was coined by Jerry Wexler of the Billboard magazine and Atlantic Records in 1948 as a substitute for the term race music. Some believe that R&B represents the point at which black music began to mutate slowly into rock and roll. Original opinions vary, but the foundation remains the same, the 12-bar, 3-chord format of the blues. Early R&B pioneers like Louis Jordan and Big Joe Turner referred to their music as jump blues. Pioneers like Chuck Berry and Little Richard took R&B to another level as they helped create rock and roll. As the blues pioneers were working in Chicago at Chess Studios and others, a growing number of early R&B artists were headed to Memphis and the legendary Stax Records. Backed by Stax Studios house band, Booker T. Jones, Steve Cropper, Al Jackson, and Duck Dunn, R&B was becoming a critical and financial success. By 1965, problems at Stax Studios led Jerry Wexler to move the R&B recording sessions to the famed studios in Muscle Shoals, Alabama. The Swampers, the famed house band, consisted of Roger Hawkins, Jimmy Johnson, Barry Beckett, and David Hood, became the bedrock of 60s R&B and soul recording. In 1966, they played backup on Percy Sledge's When a Man Loves a Woman, one of my personal favorites. The song topped both the pop and rhythm and blues charts. Wilson Pickett was an emerging star at Atlantic Records when Jerry Wexler brought him to Stax and then ultimately to Fame Studios to record. A string of hits followed: In the Midnight Hour, Land of a Thousand Dances, Mustang Sally, and Funky Broadway. It was at one of these Muscle Shoals sessions that Pickett met Duane Allman, who convinced Pickett to cover the Beatles' Hey Jude, which became another hit and the first R&B to feature a long guitar solo. Today, let's examine one of Wilson Pickett's biggest hits, Mustang Sally. I'm going to use the 12-bar 3-chord progressions that we had used in our previous videos, blues, rock, and country. The biggest difference that I find in R&B and all the other styles is the implementation of horns, which gave it a nice soulful feel. Let's examine Wilson Pickett's Mustang Sally. We're going to up the ante a little bit by using a C7th chord, an F7th chord, and a G7th chord. It's going to feel something like this. And there you have it. I hope that gives you a little bit more of insight on rhythm and blues. As we continue our series, we'll examine additional forms of our American roots music, such as jazz, soul, hip-hop, etc. And we'll trace each style back to its roots. Again, I'm Brandon Schultz with American Music Foundation. Thank you for stopping by, and please join us again soon as we explore other forms of our American roots music.